Little England is no more than a can of baked beans. Well, that's one man's analogy for why the junior doctors are striking. Yes, he explains it using a can of baked beans. Anyway, yeah, please boop the whole like button. And there will be a secret word at the end of this video. Well, one man's analogy online happens to be a doctor, he does. Yeah, he explained why junior doctors aren't happy with their current rate of pay using that wonderful metric. A can of Heinz baked beans. Okay, imperial or metric, it doesn't matter if you're in the EU or out of the EU. No, there's still a can. Because a can is a can. Yeah, there you go. You learned something, haven't you? Okay, maybe not. Well, junior doctors are currently on strike. And they say that since 2008, their pay has dropped more than 26% in real terms. Oh, not great, no. Well, the British Medical Association say that they are seeking full pay restoration following this steep decline in pay. And also, they want the government to agree to prevent any future declines against that cost of living and inflation. Maybe it should be index linked or something. You know, in line with inflation. Maybe. It could prevent future strikes then. Well, newly qualified junior doctors can earn as little as £14.09 per hour. That's ludicrous. 3 years of training. Would you do that? And don't tell me it's vocation, because that's a whole load of bit of bollocks. Sorry. They're being abused. They are. It's abuse. And quite frankly, it's got nothing to do with being young. No. Since an old fart could be a junior doctor. Well, I already hate this term, junior doctor, because I don't think it actually demeans their value. It's about optics, because quite frankly, it devalues their contribution. That's why I sit. And that's why, in my mind, my little baked bean mind, well, my Steve Barclay, Health Secretary, he uses that 35% value for which that's the paid demand, which sounds like a huge amount of money, but it's a fiver per hour on top of what they're already getting. They want 19 quid an hour, you see, instead of 14 quid an hour. It's not a lot, is it, really? Not considering, they're not really any better off with it. No, because of inflation. That sounds unreasonable. And Steve Barclay, all he's trying to do is discredit the doctor's demands. Even though you could say that since the Tories have been in power, they've pretty much cut their pay. Haven't they? By almost 35%. Everything's just so flipping expensive. And it's getting even more expensive. Food inflation's gone through the roof. Well, junior doctor pay, which for some context is less than you could, earn really working in a pret-a-manger. That's one of the analogies that's been flying about. I don't really think that's really the best analogy. I think the baked bean can is the one. I do. I'll get to that in a second. Well, what message are we trying to send future generations of potential doctors when we just devalue their contribution to society, to our health? Not a very good one, no. Quite frankly, we should be rewarding these individuals, not punishing them, making them live on the breadline. There's nothing uplifting about it, Jacob Rees-Mogg. No, not at all. We've got flipping food banks inside the hospitals. There's something quite wrong there for all the blooming nurses. Well, go on now. How's that right? That's a national disgrace, an embarrassment. People are watching what's going on in this country. They really are. And they think, oh my God, you are kidding. There's people on this channel. They don't even live in the United Kingdom watching my videos. And, they think, well, whatever next? Well, the baked bean. Yeah. Let's talk about Gary Glitter's beans. Maybe not. But quite frankly, if Gary Glitter was good enough for Richie Sunak's promotional material, maybe it's good enough here. But anyway, if you know the reason why I brought Gary Glitter, yeah, okay, maybe not. But anyway, there's a link down below. Well, Dr. Steve Taylor on Twitter. This is his analogy with the baked beans. Beans, beans, the wonderful fruit. The more you eat, the more you understand the crippling economic unfairness of real terms pay losses. And to really illustrate the scale of the problem people are facing, Dr. Steve Taylor took to Twitter and compared how many tins of Heinz baked beans you could buy back in 2008 on a junior doctor's hourly salary compared to these days. Well, back in 2008, a junior doctor, he could be paid £9.60 an hour. What have they complained about? £9.60? My God, that was a pittance back then. Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, it was enough to get you 24 cans of Heinz baked beans. 24 of these little... Whoa. Too much salt and sugar for my liking. But anyway, 24 cans of Heinz baked beans. But these days, the situation is rather different, as junior doctors' pay starts at around £14.09 an hour. 14 quid 9! What are they moaning about? Well, yeah, sounds a bit more than £9.60, doesn't it? But that only translates to just 10 tins of baked beans. So a tin or a can. Anyway, we didn't put paint in it, I suppose. Well, anyway, so would it be a tin of paint? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, leave it in the comments down below. Well, so 10 tins instead of 24. There's a bit of a difference, wouldn't you say? And now, Heinz baked beans, they cost £1.40 if you're lucky, and if they're in stock. Yeah. Well, a junior doctor starting out won't be able to afford nearly the same volume of baked beans as they could back in 2008. But the government digging their heels in, guilt-tripping junior doctors. That's what they're trying to do. But it's all the optics, you see. And quite frankly, I think it's backfiring. Because the public, the general public, are looking in, they are, and they're saying to themselves, I support the doctors, and I agree with their plight. Quite frankly. And the secret word of today is, optics. Well, yeah, please beat the like button, and also there's there's a GoFundMe up there. It's down below. It's in the description. And the GoFundMe. No, I think it might be there. Oh no, it might be there. It's a GoFundMe because we're doing rewilding here in France. We're planting 1,000 trees on 2 hectares of land, and if you want to be a part of that, you can buy a tree, and we'll plant a tree, we'll put it in the ground on your behalf. But also, I'll make a sign, some woodwork, you see. And we kind of like that kind of sign, but a little bit smaller because that tree will fall over. But anyway, we're planting trees. And if you want to support the channel itself, there is the, buy us a coffee, or you can do a Patreon, and links down below as well. And also, it is very much appreciated, because quite frankly, I can't continue this channel without some help. Plain and simple. Because I've got to earn some money. Ta-ta.